what I think it's going to be is applying Web 1, publish, Web 2, participate, Web 3, self-organising. So the things that I'm doing now are studying things like slime mould, animation, ants, beehives, and using tools like that to understand emergent systems and systems, because if you look at all the stuff that's come out, it's emergent systems that work from simple rules. Now this might sound really weird, I am weird, but if you want to read books like Swarm Intelligence, Emergence, Linked, that's what we're starting to see is sort of bringing more natural systems with simple rules that allow things to come through and organise. So we talk about semantic web. It's I'm aware of the user, I'm aware of what's out there in the world, and I can bring it to you. So that's what I see is next. But you know, the reality, and it's always been a constant: faster, richer, more involving, and that's the way it's going to be. Is there something out there that I'm seeing as emergent freebase? You know, that's sort of, it's like Wikipedia meets every database in the world, and it's just, I don't think it's fully launched yet, but I'm excited about that. I think the whole, but I mean, Web 2's got a long way to run. You know, the sort of notion of wikis and knowledge aggregation. So again, you know, there's a phenomenon in corporate world called wikiphobia, or that's what I call it. You know, they're all scared of wikis. You know, it might be wrong. It's like, yeah, well, somebody had a telephone conversation. They might be wrong as well. But the notion of what is the fastest way to aggregate knowledge. So we use wikis a lot particularly within Eclipse, and we're out there talking to police. Why aren't you using them in police investigations where you've got 15 people around the place sort of doing different bits, but that knowledge is never aggregated? Or, hey, what do you know about virtual worlds? Well, here's 600 PowerPoints and 75 PDFs. It's like, I don't want the content, give me the context, you know, help me find it. So again, you know, moving from content is no longer king. You know, if I can jump online and get access to 4 million songs or 5 million books by just using Amazon's API, it's like, well, it's not content, because that's easy now. It's context. You know, what means something to you? So, and then moving from content to context to, hey, you know, I know who this dude is, and it's self-organising to me is where it's going. But that's probably yeah, that's something that you should have over a few bongs or something, that discussion.
Well, probably enough from me in terms of my questions for a moment. Do we have any questions from the group that's been patiently waiting for us here? We don't have a roving mic, so we need you to shout very, very clearly and tell us who you are and what your particular question is. Gentleman with a nice tie on.
What do you see the opportunities for not-for-profits in terms of exploiting social media?
Yeah, so Circus Oz is a not-for-profit, and I sort of set up a website for them a couple of years ago. We got the marketing manager's got no IT skills, or didn't have any IT skills at the time. And actually Vic Strike, who's just standing next to you, used to work there. But you look at the way that they've done it. So it's like, hey, we've got all this great video. Good, stick it on YouTube, pull it through the website. Hey, we create original music. They sell it on iTunes. You know, it's like, but the cost is nothing. So Circus Oz can now provide rich media, no cost. They can sell their music through a big distribution channel. So I look at the not-for-profits. One of the things we did on Facebook was a thing called iRipple. So make sure you go and download iRipple. So iRipple is a thing which says, one of our guys at work is a mad African dude who's worse than me. If you want to know the future, he's living there about 10 years ahead. So this guy Hafiz, he was working with this charity, and what it aims to do is either provide water, food, education, or funding for a microloan. So build it as a Facebook app. You jump on Facebook, you just click one of those things, an ad comes up, they get a share of revenue. Within the first 6 weeks, you know, they'd made 15 grand, and it's just rocking now, you know. So again, you know, and it took Hafiz half a day to do it. You know, so that's the sort of stuff. So again, it's democratizing your capacity to get into these platforms and use it. You know, you don't have to go and pay lots of money to some video serving company, whack it on YouTube. If it's more than 10 minutes, stick it on Google Video, you know. There's a lot of free stuff. There's one of my mates here, Ralph, who's trying to run a for-profit organisation. But again, a small one-man band runs a thing called the Creative Skills Training Council. Now, Ralph has just gone out there, you know, on a shoestring, has built a global community, which is giving me fucking emails about 20 a day at the moment, just discussing creative skills and training. So again, a little guy like Ralph has built a global community and he's hitting with all these big hitters from global corporates and are working with him. We're doing a thing tomorrow together. But yeah, it's democratising it. So we've who else have we worked for in China? We're doing that Women for Women in Africa thing. You know that movie, The Constant Gardener, and that village. What's it called? Something start with K. where all the poor people live. And but again, what we're doing with them is saying, actually, we're going to create tools so that the women there who make craft and all that stuff can use it as a distribution channel. And if you look at what National Geographic did a number of years ago with Novica, is it? I think it's Novica, which again is like an eBay for underprivileged artists or whatever. And you go on there and you can get access to things. So again, the access to this world. And again, if you know, there's that many bleeding hearts now in the Generation Y group. You know, what I mean, you go and sell a red nose. Every school kid in the country wants to buy one. You know, so again, you're in the boom time. And your audience, it's not the rich bastards like me and him, it's these kids who sort of give away all the money they've got because they live in a world of abundance. Yeah, that's where they live. So I think the world's your oyster.
I haven't actually quite got to the rich bastard stage yet, but I
Well, you're
appreciate
flying to
it.
Berlin tomorrow.
Yeah, but
Probably first class.
No,
Business?
business.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's doing it tough. He's doing it tough.
We got another question from the audience, please.
Yeah, before I ask him too many more questions.
Melissa. Yeah.
For a company like Deloitte, I suppose the average corporate that engages letting their staff go onto Facebook, what's the return on investment for the company if you had 100% of your staff on Facebook during the day?
Yeah, as I say,
There's an education process that obviously involves in that, which is quite expensive as well.
well, one, it doesn't cost anything because they just use it. And as I say to people, I don't worry so much about my people doing Facebook in work time. I'm more worried of them doing work in Facebook time. So, you know, a few of my employees there, these guys will work till day and night if they've got to get a job done in their time. So if they're going to spend 20 minutes a day, because you don't sort of spend that much time in Facebook. You're right, you know, I'm hungover or something in the morning when you get in and you read a few things. So, but again, I look at it. So one of my ex-employees, Tim White, went overseas, hooks up with me on Facebook. He says, hey, mate, I'm coming back to Australia. I say, beauty, come back, we'll give you a job. You know, I'm not, sorry, Sally, I'm not paying you the money for that. Well, there's some money there.